자, 오늘은 2월 16일이고요. 금요일인데 라디오 들으시면서 같이 한번 가보겠습니다.
Approaching Beatty to Leslie Collectors and busy from Westney to east of Salem. Westbound on the Gardner-QEW combinations, two problems. Approaching Dufferin, the right lane is blocked with a collision. That has traffic backed up from just west of Jarvis. And then west of Bronte, the left lane is now blocked with a collision. There was another collision approaching Guelph line that just cleared away. Northbound.
방금 전에 비디오를 찍다가 내비게이션을 봤는데 갑자기 로컬로 빠지라 그래서 내비를 잠깐 보고 오느라고 중단됐습니다. 이 비디오는 두 개 합쳐서 업로드 하도록 할 거고요. 여기는 사고가 나면 소방차, 경찰차들이 출동을 해서 그냥 하이웨이든 뭐든 막아버립니다. 완전히 셧다운을 시켜버리고요. 그래서 그 이전에 있는 그 출구로 나가서 차라리 로컬로 돌아가라는 식으로 이제 유도를 하고요. 아마 또 고속도로에서 사고가 나서 그런 것 같습니다.
For today, the guaranteed high, 0. Right now in downtown Toronto, it is 0. We have a little bit of light snow, mostly cloudy. City News Time, 1:03. Well, taking transit comes with its own set of challenges, and there is one that is hitting a high note of irritation for some subway riders in Toronto. While many cheered, expanded cell service underground is coming with a down note. That person next to you streaming their favorite show without headphones, or how about the loud talker catching up with Susie and her weekend adventures? Well, a new TTC campaign encouraging passengers to keep their voices down and headphones on. 680's Moment Qureshi is at Don Mills subway station. He joins us live with the story and reaction. Moment.
Silence on the subway. That's what the TTC is asking for in a new ad campaign. Now, this comes only just a few months after it was made possible for people to use their cell phones while riding the rocket. So I guess the TTC feels that either people are talking too loudly on their phones, maybe using speakerphones or blasting music too loudly. So I'm here at Don Mills Station talking to commuters. Ilias gets it.
Of course, right? You don't want to be a public nuisance, so I understand why they're doing it.
Terrence says he's definitely seen it. Oh yeah, music loudly. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy having like a good time as well with my friends and laugh and stuff, but like excessive loudness is to a certain extent, like we're in public, you know, you gotta just keep it a little bit level for others around and whatnot, but I think music gets me the most. Loud music, it's not like you're home, that kind of noise.
There's etiquette to being in public.
Yeah, like literally, sometimes I'm like, what are you doing? And all the commuters I've been talking to so far are kind of nodding in agreement, saying yes, they agree that they've seen it, that it is a problem, and that people just have to be kind to their fellow commuters and keep the volume down. Reporting live, Moment Qureshi, City News.
Well, things could be getting loud at Queen's Park next week as MPPs make their long-awaited return after this long weekend. 680's Richard Southern has more.
It'll be the first time in 74 days that politicians are all back at Queen's Park on Tuesday. We'll have the first question period of the new year. Opposition leader Marit Stiles tells me she'll be, quote, laser focused on a few issues.
The state of health care, housing, and of course the general cost of living.
It might not be Marit Stiles that's the focus of the premier as the new session gets underway. Ford just this week really went on the attack against new Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie.
Bonnie Crombie is the queen of the carbon tax.
The way I look at it is they're busy out there playing those politics with each other and trying to define one another while I'm staying focused on the solutions that are going to help Ontarians.
We already know a lot about the government's first bit of legislation for the new session. Bill 1 will remove the need for drivers to renew their license plates and will stipulate no tolls on provincial highways. Richard Southern, City News.
City News Time 106. A second person has been charged with murder in the death of an international student working as a food delivery driver in Mississauga last summer. 24-year-old Gurvinder Nath lived in Brampton and was dropping off food to an address in Mississauga at 2 in the morning on July the 9th when unknown suspects tried to take his car. They took off in his car, leaving him at the side of the road with life-threatening injuries. He died in hospital about 5 days later. 21-year-old Jazane Karras of Brampton has been charged with second-degree murder. A person only described as a youth was arrested in November and charged with second-degree murder. With a month and a half to go until the tax on beer, wine, and hard liquor is set to rise, the House of Commons Committee is recommending the Finance Minister significantly reduce the increase. 680's Parliament Hill reporter Cormac McSweeney has more.
I think it's a very positive step. CJ Healy with Beer Canada is pleased with a motion passed unanimously by the Federal Finance Committee. The excise tax on alcohol is tied to inflation, so on April 1st it's set to jump by 4.7%. However, the committee is urging the federal government to scale that back to just 2%. Healy says beer sales are down while production costs have skyrocketed, and the industry and consumers can't handle another tax hike. He tells me the wild swings with inflation shows the tax is flawed, and he hopes for more long-term changes.
To, at a minimum, cap it and maybe hopefully freeze it, and then maybe even eliminate it eventually.
A spokesperson for Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland says this is an existing law, not a new provision, and their economic plan is focused on making life more affordable, but they don't say whether we can expect a change or not in the spring budget. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
City News Time 108. The best and brightest of the NBA will play on even brighter courts in Indianapolis this weekend. 680's Rajesh Dave explains.
Most of the NBA is off for the next couple days, but the league's best are in Indy for All-Star festivities.
Durant from waves. Walker back. Is ready to set it.
First-time event for some, like Toronto's Scotty Barnes, while others, like LeBron James, are making their 21st appearance. This weekend, a glass LED court set to be part of the show today and tomorrow. The traditional events begin tonight with the Celebrity Game. That'll be coached by Shannon Sharp, 50 Cent, Stephen A. Smith, and Lil Wayne. Then it's the Rising Stars Game. The Duncan three-point contest set for tomorrow with the skills competition before the All-Star Game itself Sunday night. For Jeff Dave, City News.
Coming up, gas prices. City News Time 109. This is City News 680.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Search Kings.
A question from Search Kings. What strategy are you using for your digital advertising? Are you blindfolded, spraying wildly, not knowing what hits and what misses, but paying for all of it anyway? Or the Search Kings approach, using call intelligence, evaluating, summarizing, and scoring every incoming call, so you'll know the most profitable leads, what generated them, and your true return on investment. Do you want to stand out where your customers are online? Switch to Search Kings.
Now, the City News gas price update, and Pro predicts the price will not change at midnight, staying at $1.50.9 a liter. City News Time 110.
You ever have that dream? You're in your house, and you find a hidden door that leads to a whole other room you never knew was there. It's your basement. Make your dream come true. AGM could turn your basement into a man cave, in-law suite, playroom, home office, home gym, whatever, in just 3 weeks. Call now and get $5,000 off.
So let me get this straight. Richmond Hill Toyota now open on Sundays?
That's right. We're now open on Sundays for sales, service, and parts. We've also extended our weekday hours till 9 p.m. most days.
Well, that's downright convenient.
Yep. At Richmond Hill Toyota, we work around your schedule, not the other way around.
You're making it very difficult to be annoyed with you.
Browse Canada's largest pre-owned Toyota inventory at richmondhilltoyota.com or in person now on Sundays.
City News Time 111. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie Prinskus. This report is brought to you by Cars for Kids. A few problems on the major routes. Westbound on the Gardner approaching Dufferin. The right lane is blocked because of a collision, so it's a very slow drive on the westbound Gardner from Jarvis to approaching Dufferin. Westbound on the QEW, there's a collision west of Bronte, and that at last check was blocking the left lane, and that looks to still be be the case, I think. I may have moved over to the left shoulder here. It's kind of in the distance, so I can't quite tell. But either way, there is a huge backup here on the westbound QEW. It is jammed from Dorval to just west of Bronte, then busy again as you approach Appleby to west of Guelph line. Had another issue that recently cleared approaching Guelph line. Eastbound on the QEW, just a minor delay through Erin Mills and a bit busy through Mississauga Road. Looks good on the eastbound Gardner as you head into the city. Eastbound on the 401 at Weston in the Express. The center lane is blocked, and this is due to a stalled transport truck. You're going to find traffic jammed on the eastbound 401 now, slow from Dixie in the collectors to the 427 ramps. Looks like people are heading on to the northbound 427 and then on to the eastbound 409 instead. Not a bad call right now. It is jammed on the eastbound 401 from the 427 to Weston in both the Express and collectors. After that, it's a bit busy from Yonge to Bayview Express, Bayview to Leslie collectors, and then slow at Durham from Westney to east of Salem. Westbound on the 401, no problems, but some delays from McCowan to west of Kennedy in the Express, a little bit slow through Kennedy in the collectors, and then busy from the 404 to Avenue, alternately Express and collectors. Slows again 400, Express and collectors to Dixon. Southbound on the 400, there's no access to Bayfield. MTO says that ramp is still closed because of a collision. Cars for Kids, the easy way to donate your car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.ca. That's cars with a K. Now with the forecast, here's meteorologist Jill Taylor.
Some lake effect snow flurries for you at times today, tonight, for tomorrow and Sunday as well. And then Monday, Family Day, some sunshine, the guaranteed high.
앞에 있는 차는 그냥 일반적인 픽업 트럭인데, 일반 트럭 있잖아요, F150 같은. 그 뒤에 저거는 염화칼슘을 뿌릴 수 있는 그 모듈을 설치를 하고, 겨울에 저렇게 눈을 뿌리고, 그러니까요, 눈을 치우고 염화칼슘 뿌리고 그런 일을 하는 분들입니다.